Merry Christmas. Welcome to IMO Reviews. Have no fear, Santa is here to deliver... Oh dear, this isn't good. It's the worst 10 movies of the year. Not so ho ho ho. This is so bad, in fact, that I do not feel qualified to do the job. I'm far too jolly. But I do know a miserable ginger prick who could do the job. Bear with me a moment. You called. That's right, people. They had to bring in a monster to fight a monster. We're discussing the most terrifying, blood-curdling, horrific movies that you could possibly lay your eyes upon. This is the worst 10 movies of 2025. May have overdone it on the intro. What the hell, it's the end of the year. But of course, we must start with 3 honourable mentions, 3 movies that really did suck, and yet somehow managed to evade the naughty list. Those 3 movies being Flight Risk, Screamboat, and Popeye's Revenge. And to be honest, for all 3 of them, their defining factor that got them out of this sticky situation was the fact that they were quite damn funny, for all of the wrong reasons. But the next 10, they'll make your spine shudder.
That was just self-defense. You haven't killed anyone else, have you?
See, when you say, self-defense... The Toxic Avenger.
It feels slimy, it feels kind of sad and depressed. It's not made well, the budget is probably about £10.50 all in all. It feels like just a couple of people dicking around in the backyard with some bad props and a camera. But, you know, in my comment section, and I must admit they were respectful, a lot of the actual fans of the source material did say that, yeah, that's kind of the right vibe and tone for the Toxic Avenger. It's just not for me then. But if that's your thing, then dive right in. If anything, this is a huge compliment to this new Strangers franchise that they're doing, because The Strangers Chapter 1 was on the podium for Worst Film of the Year. This, just in 9th. Massive improvement. It still sucked. I still didn't care one jot about what was going on here, but I do feel like they cut to the chase a lot more in this film. There was a lot more tension, suspense, and action scenes than just pointless fannying around. I found this one a lot easier to get through, I guess is what I'm saying. Let's set a challenge for Chapter 3. Can Strangers Chapter 3 be the first one to not make the worst of year list? This movie was just sad, a little bit toe-curling. I will never forget that ending, and I don't mean that as a good thing. That's genuinely one of the worst endings I've ever seen. The one joyous thing that I have got out of Shelby Oaks is the more that you think about the narrative and the plot, the less and less it makes sense. That thing just unravels and just, yeah, there's still more. It's fascinating that all of this got passed and was put to screen. Like, when did anybody put their hand up and say, I think this might all be shit? Because someone should have done. There's so many red flags. You could have done it here, there, then, over there, last minute. But no one did. This is so clearly a yes man movie. No one's actually standing up for good art and trying to make a good film here. We're all just sniffing each other's farts and praising everybody. We're all Hollywood brilliance, aren't we? Which is exactly what filmmaking doesn't need. Good filmmaking, good storytelling, good performances, good ideas, originality, none of which is present in Shelby Oaks. My chair's shrunk. I've just realised. Hang on. I'm taller than this, I promise. I can't even blame Mike from Did You See That for this. He warned me. He told me not to watch it. This is all my own damn doing. When Mike said this movie was so bad he walked out, I thought, goody, we're gonna have a great time laughing our heads off at this bonfire. No, it's just miserable. It's just mental. I actually struggled to follow what was going on in several scenes. It's that mad. It's trying to be artsy and avant-garde. It's just a bit tragic. It definitely deserves to be on the worst of list. I can't wait to forget this film. They just keep getting shitter and shitter, don't they, these Jurassic World movies? And this one was the one that broke the camel's back for me. It's now, can we stop? Can we just stop doing these? Dominion was pretty damn bad. I didn't think we could sink lower. It can't go on like this, can it? It can. I knew this movie was taking the piss out of its audience within the first couple of scenes when the whole dilemma is caused by a Snickers wrapper. I wish I was kidding. But that's how little they cared and how little they tried. And because of that, you absolutely deserve to be on the worst of list. Get in the bin.
There's no way that'll work.
What a pointless sequel. I mean, I didn't have any excitement going into it anyway. I didn't care for the first movie. I don't care for the video game. It's all kind of shit. But with this one, genuinely, they actually didn't have anything. What is the plot here? Because after about 45 minutes, I started scratching my head and thinking now either I've blacked out with boredom or nothing at all has happened for the last 45 minutes. It seems to be just another excuse to shoehorn in a couple more nods and references to quite a dead franchise at this point. Why they try and make these murderous teddy bear monster mechanic things into good guys at times, that's the worst narrative decision they could have done with this, and yet that's the way we're going with it. I'm sure we'll have a Five Nights at Freddy's 3 if these things keep on making money the way they do. But my god, we shouldn't be.
I'm sorry, my dear. Did I frighten you?
It must have been a pretty damn bad year for this one to miss out on the podium, because this was nightmare fuel. This was horror reborn. John Carpenter couldn't imagine something this terrifying. A film made completely out of Twitter political trends, which very quickly backtracked on every moral value that it held, reshooting things, redirecting things, having to cover up its own main stars from talking, pretty much destroying the careers of Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot to some degree as well. This movie was so bad that there were reports after its release that Disney actually were now slowing down on the whole remake thing, which was the best damn news that could have come from these damn movies. Although they seem to have backtracked on that as well. Apparently more remakes are still happening. I don't know. Just put me out my misery, please. But this is the worst of those remakes. There's no question in my mind. It's ugly, it's jaded, it's poorly performed. It's somehow longer than the original but doesn't actually add anything of value. The reshoots are obvious and consistently pull you out of the film. This movie is the proof of how far Disney has fallen off of its throne. So what 3 movies could have possibly been worse than that? Well, getting the bronze medal.
I'm coming for you now.
I love this film. It's so bad, it's hilarious. And the more research that you do on this movie, the funnier it gets. It is a shamelessly tragic Amazon Prime advert that goes on for just shy of 2 hours with one of the dumbest hacker CIA storylines that's revolving around the War of the Worlds narrative. This film is bonkers. It's so stupid. I am amazed that this got greenlit at all. Unbelievably dreadful. Like, absolutely one of the shittest things made in 2025 across any art platform. And yet, it will leave you gobsmacked, speechless, bewildered, and utterly entertained at how damn bad it all is. It's really funny for all of the wrong reasons. In second place, getting the silver medal.
Find him. Kill him. Bring him back to life. And then kill him again.
Jaffaken was a dreadful movie. I always knew it was going to be from the very second I heard about it, but of course I was always going to try and hunt it down and review it if I could. These dreadful pieces of work, they call me. I'm like a moth to the flame. And it does leave me with mixed feelings, to be honest with you, Jaffaken, because on one hand I have very happy memories about this film. It's the first joint review that I did with Mrs. IMO that you can find on the channel. And to be honest, we were quite drunk and just laughing our heads off. Not along with the movie, but purely at the movie. But even with all of that alcohol consumed and enjoyment had between us, when the credits rolled, even we suddenly looked at each other and said, God damn, that was bad, wasn't it? It was such a bait and switch movie. It seemed to be selling itself as this raunchy, risque, potentially even a bit offensive, outlandish comedy, and instead it's just this poorly acted, low-budget student film nonsense, trying to be a comedy, but struggling with every bloody breath it took. And I think it knows it. It's just trying to pretend to be this big outrageous thing so that you check it out and end up utterly disappointed with this nonsensical crap that you get. The only joy that came from this movie came from myself and Mrs. IMO laughing at it. And that's why it gets the silver medal and not the gold, because the next movie gave no joy to anyone anywhere. The worst movie that I saw in 2025 was all the way back in February, I think, and nothing dethroned it. This film should have been made for me. This should have been an absolute winner. This should be sitting there with Screamboat and Popeye's Revenge, because those two movies got the memo. They knew what it was all about. Be tacky, be crap, but be funny. Have a laugh and get some outrageous kills in there. It really doesn't extend more than that. And yet, for some reason, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare thought it was going for the damn Oscars. It's played so seriously. Tinkerbell is high on pixie dust. It's like a drug she injects into herself and makes her basically some insane addict. It's like putting Peter Pan in Trainspotting and making it a horror. Peter and Wendy, the meth years. It's just so damn jarring and weird and so aggravating as a film. It screams, it yells at you. Every scene is headache-inducing. The colour palette is crap. Performances all round are dreadful. The guy playing Peter Pan is just doing a bad reimagining of Heath Ledger's Joker. I don't know what he's going for, but it isn't Peter Pan, that's for sure. You could have done something there. That could have been interesting, but I guess we'll just do Heath Ledger's Joker. The one thing I really do remember about Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare was at one point it was just all so shit that I found myself sat there like this. I just found myself holding my head, containing the stress headache that was building from all of this crappy noise on my screen. I just couldn't wait for it to end. And when it did, I was still in a bad mood. I was angry that I'd had to sit through that I'd suffered it, that I, of all people who would have enjoyed this movie, hated it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my personal worst 10 movies of 2025. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comments as well. What do you think of my ranking? What's your ranking? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, you can always click on these suggested videos right here and get yourself lost in an IMO wormhole. But if not, take care. I look forward to seeing you on the next review.